So I'm here with ASUS and Nvidia to build myself a brand new gaming PC, but I've never built a PC in my life, so I have Greg here.
Hello there.
So as I said, I have never built a PC in my life, so Greg is luckily going to be on hand to help me out with everything. But firstly, what are we cooking with today?
Oh well, so you are going to have an absolute beast of a system. I'm just going to put that out there. You've got the Z790 motherboard, you've got a 1000 watt Thor power supply. We've got an all-in-one cooler for your very, very fancy i7, very powerful CPU. And then, you know, the main event, the 4080. So you can make use of NVIDIA Reflex, DLSS 3, and of course ray tracing, and you're going to get amazing performance. Oh man, you're never going to have a problem with a game ever again.
Now that sounds pretty cool. There's just one thing. Where's it all going to go?
Well, that's why we've got this. It's pretty, isn't it?
That is massive.
So this absolute beast of a case is the ROG 701 Hyperion.
I have never seen a PC case this big in my life.
Well, it's because ROG just like to go to the absolute extremes, and this can fit anything. So we've got, you know, a reasonably sized ATX motherboard here, but you could go to full eATX and server board level, and also it can fit full water cooling systems if you really want to go there. Custom loops, you name it. However, we're not going that big today, you know, keeping it quite simple, first PC build for you, but yeah, if you ever wanted to go to that extra step in the future, you have the space.
So my first ever PC build. Where do we start?
Well, we're going to get the motherboard in that thing, and then we're good to go.
So we're going to start with the motherboard first, which is the heart of the PC. It has RGB. That's as much as I know. You can probably tell me about the rest.
RGB makes games go faster. It's true. It's proven scientifically. Quote me on it. Please don't. So yeah, no, this is a Z790 motherboard. Basically, that pertains to the type of CPU or the socket of the CPU that goes in there. Do you want to take it out? It's yours.
Very nice.
Right, we're going to get that in there. See this mounting hole? It's slightly raised. Basically, that anchors the motherboard. So if you want to put that in there and try and align it to that. And again, don't worry, you're not going to break it.
See, I'm being very gentle right now. So.
Caution is great. There you go. You're pretty close, I think. As long as that middle section has gone in, you're good. Yeah.
I think it looks good.
No, perfect. Well done. That's half the battle. Is PC making or building is basically just putting predefined pieces in predefined spaces.
Giant Lego.
Giant Lego, yeah. Right, okay. Here we go. Screws. You can use the fancy screwdriver. And then quite literally just whack them in. You want it secure, but you do not want to overturn it. You don't want to thread the screw. But yeah, there you go, step one. You've done that, and well done. I know it's just screwing something in, but it can be nerve-wracking at first.
I'll take it at this point.
So, however, we've got to move on to the part that everyone freaks out about, the CPU.
I've been warned about this, so I might have to take a step back and let you do this part.
Okay, I will explain as I go, but you've got a beautiful i7. So, would you like to do the honors and get that out? So yeah, this is the CPU socket, obviously where the CPU is going to sit. The good thing about most modern motherboards is they secure the CPU in really well. However, there's a little bit of pressure needed to secure it in there. That's what freaks most people out.
Finding the right amount of pressure.
Well, you gotta press this little lever down, hook it in, and everyone's like, oh God, I'm gonna crush the CPU. No, you're fine, it's built to do it. So, if I unhook this, like so, pull this back, there you go, CPU socket. Now, basically the rule of thumb for installing any CPU is, you'll see, you know, you've got the four corners. This one has dots on every corner, bar this one, which has a little arrow. And all we've got to do is in here, find the little arrow that corresponds and put the arrow to the arrow and then close it all up and you'll be good. Right, so this is the part that freaks everyone out. So as you can see, this is compressing the CPU. You get that under the little hook and it's in. But try pushing that down yourself. You cannot break it.
I can't break it.
No. Move it to the side and hook it under. There you go. You can see why people freak out now.
Yeah.
So there you go, there's your CPU in.
So CPU in, what's next?
We're going to install your boot drive and storage, which is this phenomenal M.2 NVMe SSD, which is a Kingston Fury Renegade. So these SSDs actually get installed in the motherboard. So as you can see this little strip here, we're going to remove this, take this out of the box, whack that in there, and then, well, you're good to go. So yeah, let's get this unscrewed.
Let's do it. Yeah, if you actually didn't tell me, I would have been stuck here for an hour trying to figure out where this goes.
This has the new SSD mounting system that ASUS installed. It's literally a clip, which makes our lives so much easier. I don't know why no one's done it until now, but you know, ASUS ahead of the game as always. There we go, clip, done.
So next up, we have the Kingston Fury DDR5 RAM. Now, can you guess what I'm most excited for about this?
It's definitely going to be the speed, isn't it?
It was actually the RGB. These light up, and as we've been establishing, I love RGB, so I'm excited for that.
It's incredibly pretty RAM. And speaking of which, actually, do you know what that stands for?
I should know this, but you're about to embarrass me. The M is for memory.
Yes. And
The
R
rest
and the
is
A?
escaping me. I don't know.
So it means random access memory. For
Now you've
anybody
said
out
it.
there.
Yeah, now you've said it, it's jogged my memory.
Most people call it either memory or RAM, so yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, let's get that out, and I'll put one stick in first, and then, you know, you can do the second one. So you've got little clips at the top. You pop the clip out. As you can see, you've got this little groove here. So I always do just a little match up and make sure the groove actually sits where that metal section is. So you slide in like there at the top, you've got to get both in. So this is where, again, people freak out a bit. You've got to put quite a bit of pressure on to actually click it in.
That's always the bit that worries me, is applying pressure until it clicks.
Yep.
I don't want to break anything, so it's always the bit I'm a bit like, oh, how much pressure can I put on this? This is very expensive, so...
Yep. So yeah, do you want to have a go?
Yes.
Go at that?
Is it best to go in sideways or...?
I usually go in sideways just to try and line it up, but obviously you need to slot it into those slots. So really, however you feel you can see it to get it lined up. Don't be afraid. Pressure down there and a little bit at the top as well. You got that?
I had a click.
Yep.
So is that in?
No, the bottom needs to go in a bit more as well. Let me just check that.
I think we're good. Oh,
There
that's
you go.
a click we
There's
were
a
looking
click.
for.
Like I say, that's a lot of pressure and people freak out.
Like I said, the horror videos of people just snapping it. I'm like, I don't want to be one of those people. So
yeah.
So with such a hot PC, we need some cooling.
It's a big cooler. Triple radiator Ryujin. I can never say them. Ryud? Is it Ryu?
Ryu?
Ryu. Oh well, it's the Ryu apparently. But yeah, let's get this bad boy on. Probably the most boring part of a PC build.
It's important though.
Yeah, essential. I just want to highlight about this case. When I was like, right, I'm going to have to take this case apart and everything. Usually on cases, it's so hard to take the top off a case and get ready and just... done. I love it. That makes my life so much easier.
So we're going to put the fans on the radiator. This part is incredibly boring, so we're just going to skip to the future.
Right, okay then. So, we've skipped ahead of that boring part. We've now got to put the actual CPU cooler onto the CPU. So thankfully, all of these AIO coolers come with pre-spread thermal paste, which saves us a lot of work. So we've installed the backplate on the CPU, and all we need to do is nicely adjust this over, seat that on the CPU. Right, we've got contact, and
just screw it in.
Yeah.
I can at least do that part.
Get each one like screwed on, and then we'll tighten them diagonally. Yeah, and then the key, like I said, is when you're tensioning this up, go diagonal to each other, so it's applying even pressure across the CPU. Because the worst thing ever is you tighten it one side, all the thermal paste sprays out the opposite side. Okay, you got to go in and do the peel now.
I'm gonna do the honor.
Oh, that was nice.
That is satisfying.
Oh yeah.
This is a part I've been waiting for. To get my hands on one of these. My current GPU in my PC at home is a 1080.
It's a mild upgrade then.
Just a small one. Just
By like, what,
just...
3 generations? So, for one, you're going from a non-RTX card to an RTX card. Now, obviously, you've had the 20 and 30 series, but the 40 series really knock it out of the park. So, ray tracing is, you know, really, really GPU heavy. So like the Cyberpunk overdrive mode, you're going to get that realistic lighting and shadows with it, simulating how the light bounces around the scene. You know, glass will actually have correct caustics and reflections. That on other GPUs would take a ridiculous amount of performance and you get frame drops, etc. But with DLSS 3, those 7 out of the 8 pixels are rendered by AI, meaning that you don't get the frame drops. You can play up to 4K without loss of performance.
So we've taken it out of the packet and oh my God, what a thing of beauty.
It's gorgeous and huge in a good way.
That is a very chunky boy and I can't believe I have one in my hands. My hands, by the way, not your hands, it's in my hands, just a triple.
Do you want to install it then?
I think I can do it. I think I can. I've changed the GPU before, so I think I can manage it.
Okay, please do the honors. Swap places.
It has the...
Okay, give it a push, yep, click,
there we
and
go.
you're in. Next we need to screw it in.
Oh yes,
and
that's
then
a smart idea.
Get the support in and we'll be ready to move on to PSU and cabling. The real fun part. That was sarcasm.
So obviously to power such a monster PC, we need a beefy power supply.
Yep, you've got the ROG Thor 1000 watt, which will easily keep this in check the whole time and have some good overhead.
There's a little screen as well on the front.
Yeah, you actually get to see how much energy and wattage this will be using at any one time.
I think a bit overkill, but I think that this whole PC is overkill at this point.
Yeah, so, right, we're going to speedrun getting this in so we can get this bad boy booted and ready to go for you.
So we've skipped into the future. The PC is now completely cabled. I definitely helped.
Totally, you did almost all of it, yeah. Yep, that's how it happened.
There's just one more thing to do, which is probably the most satisfying peel of this video.
Oh, that was good.
That was a good one. Moment of truth.
Yep.
Please turn on. I hope we haven't just wasted our time here. I beg it turns on.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Come on.
You ready?
That is amazing. And to think I built it myself with a lot of help. A lot of help.
Nah. Do you think you could build one now by yourself after watching that and doing those bits you did?
I feel a lot more confident than I was. I think I'd
that's
still
good.
be taking my time, you know, using a lot of manuals. I've learned that today, as you've always got to check the manual. But yeah, I think I could definitely tackle it myself next time.
Right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the new system, and I'm going to be watching from afar and being very jealous.
Thank you for your help. And,
Enjoy, dude.
I can't wait. I am so happy with my new PC. A big thank you to ASUS and Nvidia for this. Now to get it home, and I think the first game I'm going to play with this is Cyberpunk to really put it to the test. So let's do it.